Imagine a world where every product crossing international borders carries not just the cost of production or shipping, but also a hefty tariff, one that reshapes entire economies and redefines global alliances. This is the world of April 2025, where the global economy finds itself caught in the crossfire of a new age trade war.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day, waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
On April 2nd, 2025, in Rose Garden, U.S. President Donald Trump declared Liberation Day. Today, he said, we begin a new chapter for American industry. We are done being taken advantage of by unfair trading partners. That single sentence sent tremors through global markets. In this video, we'll break down what exactly these Liberation Day tariffs mean, how China and Southeast Asia are responding, and the lesser-known consequences of this geopolitical earthquake. And make sure you watch till the end, because we'll also explore how India is quietly turning this trade war into an opportunity, reshaping its economy and recalibrating its strategic trade relationship with the United States. Trump's tariff campaign didn't start in 2025, but it certainly reached new heights. The initial U.S. tariffs imposed that April set a baseline of 10% on all imports from many countries. But the real drama unfolded with country-specific escalations. For China, tariffs jumped to 54%, quickly snowballing in a matter of weeks. Vietnam faced a 46% hike, Cambodia 49%, and Thailand somewhere around 43%. Southeast Asia, one of the world's most dynamic export regions, was now staring down the barrel of economic disruption. And this wasn't the end of it. In a move that stunned economists, the White House revealed that cumulative tariffs on Chinese imports could reach up to 245%. This staggering total includes a 125% reciprocal tariff, a 20% fentanyl-related penalty, and additional Section 301 tariffs ranging from 7.5% to 100%. Trump's message was clear. We will not be held hostage by other countries. This was no longer just an economic tool, it was an ideological crusade. China, of course, wasn't going to take this lightly. In a now famous address, President Xi Jinping said, "There are no winners in a trade war." But behind those words was a well-calculated response. Beijing imposed a 34% counter-tariff on U.S. goods almost immediately, but that was just the beginning. As pressure from Washington intensified, Chinese retaliatory tariffs rose to 84%, then 125%, and for some products, reportedly up to 145%. These measures hit U.S. agricultural products, electronics, and automotive parts. In tandem, China also restricted exports of critical raw materials, including rare earth elements vital to the global tech and defense industries. This was more than a trade retaliation, it was strategic leverage. Xi Jinping then embarked on a Southeast Asian tour, Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia, reaffirming China's role as a stable partner amidst U.S. unpredictability. Beyond the tariff numbers lies a deeper web, one spun through decades of Chinese loans and investments across Southeast Asia. Take Cambodia, for example. Over 36% of its external debt is owed to China. Prime Minister Hun Sen dismisses concerns, insisting, "We control our debt, there is no trap." But critics point to parallels with Sri Lanka's Hambantota port, where unsustainable debt led to a 99-year lease to China. The Philippines owes China around $4 billion, while Malaysia has participated in billion-dollar Belt and Road infrastructure ventures like the East Coast Rail Link. Meanwhile, Vietnam has kept its exposure low, cautiously diversifying its creditors. These loans build roads, bridges, ports, but they also build dependency. Some economists refer to them as silk shackles, invisible, soft, and tight. Let's bring it down to the human level. In Cambodia, infrastructure boom means faster access to markets, but also a rising fear of overdependence. In the Philippines, higher U.S. tariffs translate into costlier groceries and imported electronics. In Malaysia, public opinion is divided. Some praise the development, others fear the long-term debt. In Vietnam, there's cautious optimism. Investment is flowing in as companies relocate from China, creating jobs in tech, apparel, and electronics. This trade war isn't just about policy, it's about personalities and philosophy. Trump, in his own words, "Our tariffs are the greatest in history. They are bringing back jobs and making America wealthy again." Xi, with calm defiance, "Our goal is to build a community with a shared future. Trade wars serve no one." Their tones couldn't be more different, but their strategies are equally aggressive, one through pressure and withdrawal, the other through loans and persuasion. Then came the April 2025 escalation. News outlets confirmed that the U.S. now imposes tariffs as high as 245% on certain Chinese goods. This includes the 125% reciprocal duty, the 20% fentanyl-linked charge, and Section 301 penalties. It's the most aggressive tariff policy in modern history. China, in turn, hit back with more export controls and launched a diplomatic offensive in Europe and Africa to rebalance trade routes. The world is watching, and so are investors. Now let's talk about India. As China and the US lock horns, India is playing its own game, one that's both cautious and opportunistic. India's relationship with the United States has evolved significantly over the past decade. Trade tensions have existed, particularly over steel and agricultural goods, but New Delhi has avoided full-scale tariff conflict. Instead, India is positioning itself as the next manufacturing powerhouse. Through programs like Make in India and PLI, production-linked incentives, India is wooing global companies exiting China. Apple has already shifted a chunk of its supply chain. Semiconductor and defense collaboration with the US is rising. India is also diversifying imports, reducing Chinese electronics dependency and encouraging local innovation. Meanwhile, New Delhi is engaging in quiet but strategic diplomacy with Washington, lobbying for tariff exemptions, strengthening Quad cooperation, and pushing for joint investments in energy, digital, and defense corridors. The message is clear. India is not just reacting, it's building. So, what does the future hold? Scenario 1. The U.S. China standoff continues. Southeast Asia adapts through regionalism, but debt grows. India rises as the new China, but pressure builds. Scenario 2. A diplomatic breakthrough leads to partial rollback. The world breathes a sigh of relief, and supply chains recalibrate. Scenario 3. The trade war turns into a tech war. Semiconductors, AI, and green energy become the new battlegrounds, and countries must pick a side. No matter what path we take, the global economy is being rewritten in real time. In the end, this is more than a trade war. It's a battle for influence, sovereignty, and survival in a deeply interconnected world. From Trump's 245% tariffs to Xi's multi-pronged diplomacy, the strategies may differ, but the stakes are the same. And in this storm, India stands tall, not just as a bystander, but as a rising architect of the new economic order. The silk shackles may bind some, but for others, like India, this might be the moment the shackles fall away, and a new path begins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Can Southeast Asia and India reshape global trade on their terms, or will the giants still call the shots? Until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and stay informed. Thank you for watching.